Got about 4 or 5 inches of snow. Ew. There we go. That's a little better. Hey guys, Liam here from NJ Fishing. I'm going to be talking about crankbait fishing today. The retrieve, techniques, combo, rod and reel, and where you want to throw them. I like to use this right here. This is Berkley Vanish 12-pound test fluorocarbon line. The reason I like fluorocarbon line is because fluorocarbon naturally sinks, and that will get your crankbait down deeper. Well, I done did it. Gotta get that out. Alright, now I'm going to be talking about the different types of crankbaits. So in the front here, I have shallow diving crankbaits, the shallowest, mid-range diving crankbaits, and deep diving crankbaits. So I'm going to start off talking about the shallows. This is a Rapala DT4 that it retails for $8, I think, from most sporting goods retailers. And wait 1 second, guys. This bait dives 4 feet. The DT stands for dive time 4 feet. And that's a great bait for, I'd say, early spring and fishing around fallen trees and structure that isn't hard, soft structure. So whether that's trees, grass, whatever. But I wouldn't really throw that bait around rocks and stuff. It'll just get chipped up because this bait is indeed made of balsa wood. Next, I'm going to talk about a square bill crankbait. This bait can be deadly all times of the year. This is one of my favorite. This is the Boit Ducket series square bill crankbait. Retails for $9.99 from most fine retailers. I just got this from Cabela's. And this is in shad color with very loud rattles. Listen. I throw this bait everywhere, but this bait mainly shines in clear water and around rocks or any type of cover. This bait is harder than the balsa and won't chip as easy, so I like throwing this pretty much around all structure where I know that bass is going to be hitting reaction bait. Next, I'm going to talk about lipless crankbaits. Lipless crankbaits can be deadly in mainly the same spots, but they can also be deadly deep, just letting them fall because they have a shimmying action as they fall, and that could be deadly for finding suspended bass. Next, I'm going to talk about mid-range crankbaits. Whether that's being like a Rapala scatter wrap or a smaller one. But the main mid-range crankbait I throw is a Rapala DT6 in a bluegill color. I find that most bluegill are generally towards the surface or in the mid-range. They're not really on the bottom unless it's winter. And your lake looks like that. Yeah, that's snow. But the bluegill crankbait, this is also balsa, so I prefer throwing this around wood, suspended wood. But you could throw it around rocks since it has that big deflecting bill. It's not as likely to chip the paint. Final thing I'm going to talk about for this video, gets way too long, is deep diving crankbaits. Now, one thing I don't like, these two are bandit lures, square bills. Not square bills, deep diving crankbaits. They dive about 6 to 10 feet. They are good and all, but you can't throw those around rocks because they're made out of wood too, and they will get chipped up and they will get beaten up. This is my only big deep diving crankbait. This is a Sebile bull crank, I believe is what it's called. This dives 15 to 20 feet, and it is plastic. This bait, I like slow rolling it, just having that really tight, really wide wobble, and just looks like that in the water. There's a side view. It's great bait to use. So that pretty much wraps it up. Alright, so first off, I'm going to talk about rod and reel. I use the same reel as him, actually. I have a Shimano Corrado 200 HG. This retails for $180 off Tackle Warehouse, but you can get it cheaper on Amazon or eBay. And I have a 7:2-to-1 gear ratio. The reason I like that gear ratio is around me on the bottom is lots of rocks and grass, and the faster gear ratio will keep it up off the bottom a little bit better. And also, when I have a crankbait fish on, they usually do stay pinned, but I like to get them in pretty quick in case there is that one chance that they'll get off. The rod I have right here is actually a Shimano rod. I like Shimano rods and reels. The Shimano rod I have is the Shimano Compre crankbait casting rod. And this rod is a medium 7-foot. The action is a medium fast. Oh, excuse me. This rod retails for $100 to $110 off Tackle Warehouse. I got this on sale for $79 during the 25 Days of Savings sale, and I love it. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Fishing Ohio's channel, link will be in the description, as well as to the Shimano Corrado, the crankbait combo I had. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's hope the snow melts so I can actually go fishing in some open water. See you guys in the next one.